Alright guys, so we're here for the conclusion of this week's Pauper Ponderings, where we played Red-Green Impact Tremors. We unfortunately went 1-2. I feel kind of bad about it, but we did really get bowled over by Delver, and that blue-black control matchup kind of felt pretty bad. Thorn of the Black Rose is quite the powerful card draw engine, and we really just got buried by it in both of those games. The Delver matchup, I don't think we were ever winning game 1 and game 2. The deck is good. We just didn't really... We needed to draw action there for a couple turns, and we just didn't. And that's going to happen when you play a lot of fluff cards, and they can deal with your I guess, powerful cards. It is going to be tough. But that round 1 against Tron was real nice. It felt really good, I guess you could say. Yeah, that was really fun. This deck is quite a blast to play. You're doing a lot of really cool things early and often. You draw a lot of cards with with Bequeathful and the Faithless Looting. There's cards like, you put a lot of tokens into play with Nest Invader and Kozak's Predator. The deck just really needs Impact Tremors or Hissing Iguanars, or it really doesn't do a lot. What's happened? There we go. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. I think this episode really showcased one of the things that is it's kind of really, I don't want to say it's bad. One of the things that really kind of makes it, one of the reasons Pauper is kind of annoying to some people, and that is because, I don't want to say Pauper is bad, because Pauper is great. You can play all these sweet decks. The metagame is very diverse, but a lot of the decks in Pauper, because the power level of the threats is so low, like you see, the answers in Pauper are very, very powerful. Lightning Bolt, Counterspell, Exclude, all of these cards, Daze, Snap, all of these cards are very powerful. All the answers are extremely powerful, and that is just kind of coming from the history of Magic when, Counterspell was at common and Lightning Bolt was at common. All of these cards were kind of deemed into the common, when that's just the way how they made Magic. So what happens is you have all of these threats that are very underpowered. Let's be real here. We're playing Nest Invader, Kozak's Predator, and Emrakul's Hatcher. Those are our threats in this deck, and those cards were really... Kozak's Predator was good, Nest Invader was good, Emrakul's Hatcher was very medium in Rise of the Eldrazi Limited. Kozak's Predator was good, and Nest Invader was good, but those cards, when you think of constructed, you don't necessarily think of them as powerhouses. But whereas you would think Counterspell, Lightning Bolt, those cards are just too good to even be printed in Standard. Counterspell's too good to even be printed in Modern. So when you have that disparity in threat to answer, or threat to answers, you get these games where the games are over, but the threats are so poor that it takes so long to win. And that's kind of what happened in the third round, is that, like, the blue-black deck, there's just no way I'm winning that game. He has, Mystical Teachings for Mystical Teachings into a bunch of counterspells, and it just takes him forever to win. It's just this, like, slow, monotonous nonsense. Whereas at least, like, in Standard, where you have cards like Torrential Gear Hulk and the Scarab God to win that game, the game ends a lot faster. So some of these games where you're sitting there in the pocket taking haymakers, but they're not really haymakers, are unfortunate. I know that people have said that, my attitude is not very good. Well, I try to stay as upbeat as possible, but I do want to display a level of realism, and losing to Thorn of the Black Rose as he draws a card every turn, and I draw, Brood Birthing or Holdout Settlement is pretty rough. But moving on, what was good? Out of the sideboard, the Power Blasts were obviously very good. We never played against any artifact decks, so the Ancient Grudges didn't really have to come in. The Electrickeries were fine if we drew them. The Magnifies would have been fine if we drew them. And the Relic was, we didn't really play against any graveyard decks. Unfortunately, I actually got paired up against a Belcher deck that my computer decided to restart halfway through. So we lost that footage, but it was sweet. I lost on turn 2 in game 1, and then game 2 I won with a Relic. We were just starting game 3, and my computer restarted for some reason. So unfortunately, that will be lost to the doldrums of the internet. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Again, if you have not voted in the poll for what flashback deck I'm going to play in 2 weeks, it's either going to be Goblin Storm, Zuberas, or Damned Cycling. So make sure you go down there and vote for what deck you want me to play. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be playing it. Next week, we're going to be either playing Modern, Vintage, or Legacy. So I'm going to bumble my way through one of those 3 formats. Right now, Modern is winning, but if you go back to my last article, Monogreen Convoke, you can vote there if you want to see me just get hosed playing Vintage or Legacy. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Again, if you like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Check out the Manabase, www.themanabase.com, and I'll see you guys next week, where I'll be playing some amount of Rares, Uncommons, and Mythics. We'll see what combination of which. Thanks for watching, guys.